Alright, recording started. Hi guys, this is Larry David. I'm joined on this cast by Radical. We are casting DD vs INFS in the Dota 2 Europe Challenge. This is Game 3, the deciding Game 3. The series is tied up 1-1. The first game was really exciting, quite a comeback by Infused. Second game, bit of a one-sided anti-mage stomp, so he's not banned. Is Infused going to take him as the first pick?
No.
Oh wait, DD had the first pick and they immediately pick anti-mage again. I don't know why Infused didn't ban him.
They didn't ban Invoker the first game and they won. Why are they so afraid of him now? I don't get it. Is it just because DD has first pick or what? Like, they weren't going to take Invoker anyways apparently, because when IMS did have first pick, they did not touch the Invoker. So no one was Invoker even banned that game, or are there?
Invoker was banned in the last game.
I mean the first game. Did they not? Maybe did DD ban Invoker against INFS? Is that what happened? Because everyone just seems so afraid of this Invoker.
They do pick up the Windrunner and the Potom though, so at least they're picking two heroes that can kite pretty effectively as well as chase. So I like those picks a little better. And it gives them strong laning options. They have to shut down Link. They cannot lane him versus a melee hero mid and let him free farm, because not only was he farming well, but he's a hero that needs. One of the downsides to anti-mage is that he needs that early support normally, and he didn't even need it because of the lane matchup. So
it was like they knew the enemy team had Beastmaster and they had the Riki, and they just I know they wanted to do something when they started roaming, but it was just too late. It's really risky picking a melee, a melee low, strength melee, low intelligence, low mana pool mid who cannot 1v1 an anti-mage, because that's what happens.
And DD gets their Enigma, so now they have that black hole epicenter combo. That's pretty much a guaranteed team wipe if they pull it off.
It's a pretty I mean, DD's already looks like they've got a good team.
And they've got their jungler too.
INFS obviously has not really played their hand yet. They just have two solid heroes in general, but they certainly need something here.
I would like to see a Shadow Shaman here. I really think they need that push power and that early presence. The disables are great against anti-mage too.
Shadow Shaman's on the table, Tidehunter's on the table, Earthshaker on the table if they want to do that.
They go with Venge again. Actually, great in the sense that it does counter Enigma's ultimate really well. So a smart pick by them.
And DD going to immediately ban Tidehunter, unsurprisingly.
Shadow Shaman ban, because DD has the first pick coming out of this banning
They still
stage.
have room for a mid Shadow Shaman if they want to put the anti-mage somewhere else. So,
well, it was actually INFS banned them because they don't have the first pick coming out of this banning stage. So that's
I don't know what I said, but that's what I meant.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I really think the Shadow Shaman would have been a better pick there, even if they do ban out VS. There are other ways to counter that Enigma. They could look towards. Well, I guess they couldn't really lane a Beastmaster.
I guess Fishbone does seem to really like running the Vengeful. I've seen him on Venge I don't know how many times. So maybe it was just a preference pick.
Maybe we'll see Enchantress. I mean, I liked that hero early game for DD in the first game. It really helped them in the ganks and the pushing. And I think INFS needs a jungler of their own, but we'll have to see. I mean, these dual roams, the problem with it is if the heroes don't really dominate, then they get under-leveled. Especially compared to a team that has an Enigma, strong jungling hero who can farm as fast as a solo lane.
When anti-mage is on the pool, it's kind of hard to run the roam because that's one hero you just cannot kill early. You can, he's just tough. I mean, it's hard to ever guarantee you're going to kill an anti-mage. And that's part of why even in Dota 1, where hard carries are completely out of style, they'll still pick anti-mage now and then because he is that one carry you can bet on.
The one hero which you had mentioned you really wanted to see INFS pick up in the last game, he is still available. It's that Faceless Void. They could take him with the last pick. There's no need to take him with the fourth because you can't run an anti-mage and a Void. That's just too much late game. Not enough support. Puck is the pick
here.
They're
gonna go. Puck's gonna be mid then, I guess. Or no, maybe he's gonna be soloing the one of the lanes with Enigma jungling.
We haven't seen him much, but he's again a great teamfight hero. Strong initiation, can set up that epicenter as well as the black hole quite well, and he gives you a long lane solo.
Definitely popular in Dota 1 for a while. I think he's kind of out of style at the moment. He was kind of in for a little while, out for a little while. One of those heroes. But I've seen him run. He usually does okay.
He's really popular in Chinese Dota if you can get a Lycan on your team or a Silver, because what you can do is get the quick blink dagger on the Puck, and then he holds everyone in place while Lycan just absolutely butchers them.
At the same time, it's really hard to get Lycan or Scylla past the
Right,
banning pool in a Chinese game.
which is why I believe he's kind of fallen out of favor, because if you can't get Lycan or Syllabear, then, well, he's still a good hero, but he's not nearly as strong. He's just, the synergy with those two is especially good. So we'll have to see what INFS does here. I think they want to go Faceless Void. At least I would like to see them go that way. Give them some, and he's also, let's also not forget, he's great against that Sand King and the Enigma if he can get the ult off at the right time. Either he can initiate on them, or he can stop their ultimate, so
Yeah.
another reason to maybe pick him up. I think they're trying to figure out their
Sand
fourth
King-
hero now.
If Sand King does get his ult off, then Enigma cannot stop him, because they'll keep going after he's been frozen. Though it will interrupt Enigma's
You mean
ult.
you
but,
mean Faceless can't stop him?
yeah.
Radiant team pick.
So we do
Alright,
see
they picked
Earthshaker.
Earthshaker.
They're really looking like they want to pick up this Faceless Void. I hope they do. I gotta say, I'm rooting against DD. I like them as a team, but I just hate seeing Anti-Mage win. And if you're a fan of exciting Dota games, you probably should be rooting for INFS
So
as
what
well.
do you think DD or INS going to do mid? I mean, they don't have a mid pick yet. I don't think if they do go all in on the Podom carry, I don't know.
They could send Poe to mid. She'd be pretty effective
Yeah.
there. And Windrunner to the solo long lane.
I guess it depends who DD sends mid as well. They could do Puck, but I feel like they want him in their long lane. Maybe they're going to send Sand King there. I feel like Lion's going to be the support for Anti-Mage.
Dual lane Anti-Mage. Maybe we'll see them dual lane mid. I think that's... Sand King might solo. I don't know. These lanes are going to be
there it
interesting.
is.
And there's the
Alright.
Void pick. So you definitely called it that they should pick that one up. At least Wagamama feels that way. Wagamama definitely known for playing a fantastic Faceless Void. Has single-handedly won games for his teams with those competitive games for his team with that ultimate. So we'll have to see if he can do it again. It's got some good synergy with the Windrunner Shackle Shot as well as the Priestess of the Moon Arrow. Can set both of those up quite nicely. Pretty
I do
good
like
with the
seeing
Earthshaker.
Faceless. I don't enjoy facing him, but I do enjoy seeing him.
Let's introduce the teams while we have a moment here. So we have Infused on the Dire. They won the first game, they lost the second. Wagamama on the Faceless Void. Mini on the Earthshaker. EGM on the Windrunner. Region on the Mirana. Fishbone on the Vengeful Spirit. And Radical, why don't you go ahead and introduce the Radiant?
Alright, DD is on the Radiant team, also known as SK if they look familiar. We have Miguel on the Puck, Rise on the Lion, Link on the Anti-Mage, Angel on the Enigma, and Mania on the Sand King.
In terms of the lanes, we do see Mania headed towards the top lane, maybe looking to solo that. Looks like he'll be up against a Faceless tri-lane. That's going to be hard for him. He's probably not going to be able to farm as soon as they get Sentry Wards. Let's see, did they start with any? They
The
didn't,
players
but
in the
actually
chat
they have that fissure.
just now we're talking about a Puck bug with his, what's the ability called? Waning
Phase
Rift,
shift.
I believe. Yeah,
If-
it's Waning Rift in, is it? Yeah, it is.
Waning Rift
no,
is
no,
the,
no, it's Phase Shift.
It's the silence.
I thought it was, whatever.
So the bug, can you explain the bug for anyone who's not familiar with it?
It's that you can dodge things you're not supposed to be able to dodge, I believe, but I only heard secondhand what it was.
I don't think that's it. I believe the bug is if you have phase shift on autocast, you can actually move while you're phase shifted, so it'll dodge something and then you're able to move around. I believe that's how it works. While
yeah,
remaining invulnerable. So if that's the
I didn't
case,
see it myself, just people on IRC did mention someone got disqualified for using it. Wagamama did say, or Toby, someone said that it was fixed in the chat, in the patch notes, there we go. So we'll see.
this middle lane, Windrunner versus Puck, don't expect to see either of these heroes dying. I think Windrunner has the advantage. Better attack range,
Oh,
better
this could be
harassment.
bad. Sand King is unexpectedly walking into a tri-lane.
I think he expects it. He's sitting quite far back.
Well, he hasn't seen them yet. I don't know if he quite expects them all to be there. He certainly does expect something up there, though.
Based on the heroes, he should, because, you know, Earthshaker, Vengeful
yeah,
Spirit
here
are
it
going to
goes.
be on that tri-lane. Fishbone comes
let's-
in, but Mania's just going to back out.
Mini's waiting for his pull, so they're probably not going to do anything on him. They did not send Sand King with wards, or they did not invade early, so they're going to let them. They're letting Faceless have his pull. Not sure how I feel about that.
It's pretty easy to deny those pulls, so I'm not sure how much it would have mattered anyway. We'll have to see, but the stacks are coming out for Mini. He's going to get some good
I think
experience.
the important thing is no one on Dire actually started with the vision wards, and what would have been important was that Sand King still gets some levels early. Once the pulls start happening, like Sand King is just absolutely in a bad position. But if he gets those early levels, he'll have his Burrow, he'll have his Sandstorm, which makes him a lot harder to kill. Having some early levels, I think, would be good here, especially versus the tri-lane.
Certainly a good point. Other possibility for DD would have been to send the Puck to the long lane. He's a bit better than Sand King. because of that range on the illusory orb, he can do a little bit more in terms of farming and, you know, harassment.
Yeah. Maybe they want the puck to get them like more farm though. Maybe they're putting more hope on him. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Either way, obviously this is a trade-off for DD. Mania is going to do a smart bit of pulling of his own. Oh, sorry I missed that first blood. Link picks up the first blood on the long lane.
Looks like Lion got the illusion bottom. I'm guessing Lion walked up to him, just got the stuns. Yeah, he got the chain stuns off, and Anti-Mage burned the mana. She probably just couldn't get our leap off, if I had to guess.
Looks like Lion only used one of his spells, so, you know, really I have to say kind of sloppy play by Mirana. She doesn't have a ward, though, so that hurts her.
Yeah, you're right. They only have a ward top for their tri-lane. I guess it's one of those things. They didn't want to send the wards bottom.
Well, this is why you see a lot of teams will actually send 4 or 5 heroes into the enemy jungle, like so, just to place down the wards to help protect that
the enemy,
suicide solo lane.
They do have like Enigma, who probably wouldn't have leveled his stun level 1, but they still have like Sand King might have had his stun. I guess maybe they didn't just want to like risk running into all the stuns, especially when they had a faceless. I don't know how confident, like they had Earthshaker and stuff. Maybe they weren't feeling too confident about their level 1, but I don't know. It's hard to say, really.
I'm not sure. I think they just thought Priestess of the Moon would be okay. Either way, Regen is just absolutely getting nothing. He's getting less than the Sand King even. Sand King up to level 3. Regen still sitting at level 1. Still work, and did even get Leap at level 1, still went down. 3 heroes mid on Miguel. They're going to go for retaliation. I think they're going to get it. He's got the phase shift on autocast. That might be enough. The great power shot finishes him off. Nicely done by EGM.
Probably worth noticing, right now, Faceless is ahead in farm, and Anti-Mage is definitely bringing up the rear, though. Enigma is also doing well, but I mean, it's Enigma gold. It's only worth so much. Windrun is doing okay. Podom cannot get a single creep. He's not having a fun time down there.
We're basically seeing 2 heroes farm for the for the Dire, and only and 3 for the Radiant. Granted, Puck is not farming great, but he's getting something, and more importantly, he's getting the levels. So, you know, we'll have to see how it plays out. It's really going to be up to Miguel in this mid game to make some things happen, as well as Angel, because those are the 2 heroes that, you know, Mania's not going to have any items. He's just, you know, he's got his boots. I mean, I can't believe he's getting anything. They really should be zoning him out more. Earthshaker just content to stank and pull.
Sand King, like I don't know, he did get that pull there earlier. Maybe that let him get some stuff too.
Well, yeah, the nice thing about when you pull the creeps over here, even if you don't get the last hits, you pull the wave back towards your lane because your creeps won't be in the lane. So the enemy creeps will just continue to go to the tower, and then you can farm
Faceless did farm those up, but you're right, SK is getting the stuff, what he needs here.
It looks to me like, in terms of items, it looks to me like Wagamama wants to rush a Midas. Which I think versus Link is a good choice. I think Link might want to rush one too. We'll have to see. But
yeah,
Link is known for just...
money.
Link really loves to farm on Anti-Mage. I mean, all Anti-Mage players generally like to farm. Link maybe even more so than most, so... Void one of the few heroes that can definitely match up against Anti-Mage well late game. So, we'll have to see. But I think Midas would be a pretty good choice here.
Mania's just hanging around here. So maybe they're going to go on him, I don't know. They do have a double stun up here and a Faceless. If Faceless gets level 6 and they haven't killed that Sand King, I'll be very surprised.
So Link does go for the Perseverance, so he's up. Courier takes some damage from Hasted Windrunner, but it's gonna live. Windrunner definitely dominating this middle lane. Already 1,000 gold in the bottle compared to Puck with just 200 in the bottle. Level advantage, pretty... Windrunner with maybe a half level of EXP or so, so not the biggest deal in the world. Faceless Void, aggressive tower dive on Mania. He pops the Chronosphere.
Like I was saying,
He's still got the Burrow Strike to escape, though. He's going to stun up. And this is going to be a tower kill here, I think. Well, at least a push.
But yeah, like I was saying, Faceless gets level 6, he gets a kill. It's just the way he is. When you got a tri-lane backing you up, there's no reason not to just go for it gung-ho like that.
And you might be thinking, well, doesn't Faceless Void want to save that ultimate for a team fight? Well, you're not going to see any team fights this early for the most part. So
also, he chose to get power treads over a Midas.
I'm a little surprised at that, but, you know, hey, he got a kill, so it's working out. Faceless Void, more so than Anti-Mage, wants to be involved in team fights early on because of that ultimate. So that may be Wagamama's reasoning. You know, he'll farm heroes, he'll farm via getting tower kills, and then he'll just last hit well in lane.
Oh, the arrow hit almost hit Link, but there was no follow-up for that. Angel's probably going to get this tower bottom.
Is under attack.
The pushing power of Enigma coming into effect already. So even without a hero kill, they're still pushing a lot harder than the Radiant. And that's really the power of that Enigma.
As long as Enigma can get a lane where he can actually like get up and do something, he can push really well. He's certainly no Furion, but I mean, who is?
Let's see what Windrunner's opted to go for. She does get the completed phase boots. Going to be placing down some more wards. Looks like the push continues top.
They want this tower top, yeah. They got. I mean, if they can get this trade, it's worth it.
Mania's going to go in and Burrow Strike, but this might be the death of Mania. The Fissure's going to come out, the Magic Missile will follow.
This could be bad.
Enigma comes in with the ultimate, but there's no Epicenter, so I think they're all going to be just fine.
They want this Sand King. I don't know. They're not going to get it.
That's a great trade, though. The Black Hole is wasted. The tower might get denied, though. Yep, one more Catapult hit. Gonna do it. Tower gonna get denied, so
that's unfortunate.
Pretty big lead for DD in terms of the tower gold there.
Radiant's top tower.
Wagamama has his ultimate now, like, could easily kill off.
Going down
oh, stunned mid-cast animation. That's unfortunate.
Faceless is too low to go in on this, I believe. He's also picked up Ring of Health, so he's going to go...
Oh, Wagamama goes down to the Caustic Finale, or actually, no, that's just a right-click for Mania.
Yeah, no, he went down to the Idolins.
Did he? Oh.
Sand King stunned in and...
Excuse me. Apologies for that.
Yeah, that was actually really good coordination from the two of them, because Sand King burrowed in when Angel used his Demonic Conversion, and those Idolins do a lot of damage.
That's really costly. What should have been an easy kill in the Enigma just turns around and ends up going the way of the
Enigma's really deep here. Podom's going in. Windrunner's about to die. Oh, God.
That's not good. Windrunner really caught out of position. Wanted to check that rune. Did not have vision of it. Pretty risky play with such
I'm not sure what happened there. Puck ulted her. That's what happened.
Puck saw her leaving the lane because I believe the creeps were on the high ground. Or maybe just checking the rune and ran into her. Priestess of the Moon desperately trying to find any kind of level. She's level 3 and she's not even getting Starfall. Just, at this point it's just a walking arrow. Really has no damage, no farm.
She got the level 4 Starfall. I don't know, things are looking good for DD, but I mean, let's look at the gold for a second. Oh god, what the hell? Oh yeah, the tower. Right. Well,
over 3,000 gold lead for the Radiance.
I'm actually kind of surprised. Let me look at the farm for a second. Oh yeah, Anti-Mage has pulled ahead. Obviously they have the Enigma gold too. Enigma, very good at getting gold, but you have to keep in mind Enigma's pretty much just a walking ult. So, he has a lot more gold than most people, but he's certainly balanced around it.
Well, I don't know if that characterization is entirely fair. Enigma can definitely push pretty hard and gank fairly well with that Malefice, but is primarily picked for that ultimate, so the gold not going to be as effective on him as on an Anti-Mage or Void, of course. But I'm sure some of the Enigma players out there would be a little offended by that characterization. Mirana might die to a tower dive here. It looks like Link and Ryze are thinking about it. Region's got to play very careful. Ryze? Oh, Ryze. Region going down.
Anti-Mage securing that kill with his ult. Probably didn't need to.
Yeah, that was one right click. Not sure why he used the ult, but just, better safe than sorry.
Lion's now level 6. I mean... If he had been level 6 there, he could have just killed Podom from the trees, which would have been funny, but I don't think that's what Link wanted him to do.
In retrospect, maybe they would have been better off putting the Windrunner bottom and the Mirana mid, as the Windrun ability, I think, especially against the chain stun, is better for surviving early game. Because even if they're stunning you, at least you're not taking damage from right clicks. If you get chain stun after your leap or before it, you're still taking full damage. So Windrunner going to get out of here because Lion's on the chase. He has his ultimate.
It's probably worth noting everyone on the Radiant team is cleared level 6.
Wagamama going to drop again. Oh, the Chronosphere, but it's only going to get him killed. Oh, a nice Time Walk, a nice wand charge. They could turn this around, but they're not going to.
Wagamama needs to get out of there, but because Enigma should have his ult, and that could be bad. What was I going to say? No, there's 3 people on the Dire team that cannot clear level 6 even. They're just so behind, and I mean, Faceless doing okay is not enough, because Anti-Mage has 2 kills and he's doing better. Enigma's obviously doing good.
INFS, the only jungler I've seen him run
Might die.
Angel might go for the ultimate here.
Sand King is still up.
Angel desperately wants to pop that black hole, not going to be able to get in range.
Things just aren't going good for their tri-lane top, I'm afraid. They're bringing in Windrunner. Looks like they want to do something. I'm not sure if it's going to work, though.
This is the problem with not running a jungler against a team who does. You have to really dominate the lanes, especially the tri-lane. They got the 1 kill in Sand King, but then they gave up some return kills, so... I mean, if you don't completely crush that, then they have the huge advantage of the jungler.
I think tri-lane versus the jungler is really awkward because you don't have like a duo bottom that can ever really do anything to their jungler. He really just gets to have a free time and basically is just a tri-lane with more money bottom. And your solo just gets zoned out completely.
So Link rushed the Battle Fury naked. He's already completed it at 12 minutes. This is not looking good. Wagamama's still working on his, but he's a good 2,100 gold away, 1,900 gold away.
Well, I wouldn't say a naked Battle Fury rush. He just have boots and a poor man's shield.
No, he just bought those. It was naked.
Oh, he did?
He had the poor man's shield, but that was it. Wagamama might get away here.
Yeah, Mini's dead. Top, if you didn't see that.
Oh, nice auto phase. I believe that phase shift is on autocast. Maybe he turned it off. It was earlier.
I don't think it was. He might have just clicked it because Earthshaker has a decent wind up on that attack. Like I was gonna say though, compared to Dota 1, there's a lot of the junglers have a lot more power in Dota 1, I find, and then it's compared to Dota 2, or I mean compared to Dota 2, I find that they work out a little better. Sorry. Compared to Dota 1, I think people have a little more of an ability to deal with them. Like when you have like your duo mid and stuff, because you have like a CK or a DK or a Panda. Compared to that, I feel like they just can get a lot more done with ganks and stuff on the jungler compared to other things. And the bans are usually a whole different story too. Each team can generally get a jungler if they need to, like to respond to an enemy jungle. With Dota 1, you can really ban out all the junglers, and you just get your Enigma, and they don't get anything, and it really puts the enemy team in an awkward position.
Well, either way, it doesn't matter because we're in Dota 2. I think junglers are still extremely powerful in Dota 1. I think the difference is they are almost exclusively banned out. You never see Lycan, you never see Syllabear. Furion's usually banned too, and there's extra bans to get rid of them, which is important to remember. Either way, two-man Burrow Strike. Huge action mid. Earthshaker's still no ultimate. Huge black hole. This is going to be insane. Chronosphere too late, perhaps. Getting 1 kill, but now he's got to run. Finger of Death on a hero that was dead. Should have gone for Wagamama with that one.
This Wagamama's going to go down.
This is not looking good for INFS, and level 5 Mirana cannot do anything except watch.
Yeah. I like the Void pick up there, but it's just not working. Like, dying top especially, really, just set him behind. He's just so behind is all there is to it. And then Podom absolutely owned by the duo lane bottom and Enigma jungle. Especially when you have no wards. I don't know. They probably needed to get some wards bottom, so Podom could have been a bit more safe. Like we were saying, just invade the jungle, but...
INFS may rue the day that they didn't ban this anti-mage. I'm still really surprised they didn't after the way that last game went. But, you know, confident in their strategy, and maybe just not executing.
They're definitely really scared of Invoker, but I'm not sure if Invoker is really the problem compared to anti-mage. He's definitely a strong hero, though, so...
Link's already got his power treads completed. He's sitting on another 1,300 gold. There is currently almost a 10,000 gold lead. Just 9,800 gold lead. Still no towers down for INFS except for that top tier 1. So big tower advantage as well coming for DD, and they're only going to be able to extend that with Anti-Mage having that really fast Battle Fury. The Radiant are not entirely out of this. They could win with some big Chronospheres. But the problem is going to be that at this point I think Enigma's got his Blink Dagger. No, actually he's almost got it, just 100 short. And once he has that, he's going to have equally good initiation. Puck's already got his. So the initiation battle clearly is going to the way of DD. Mania with a big whiff on the Burrow Strike, but a 2-man Dream Coil. Black Hole is not up. I don't think they're going to need it though. EGM's going to be the first to fall. Fishbone probably should have swapped him out there. Better to save that Windrunner, but either way, gonna let him drop. Push is coming.
The gold difference is over 10k now, but I'm kind of disappointed. I mean, INFS played so well in the first game, and they just could not been able to get things going like they did in that first game. DD definitely has been playing well in the early game compared to INFS, but that one game INFS just was able to like get stuff going, and they just can't now. I don't
And
know.
this is looking really bleak for INFS. I mean, at this point, Wagamam is just farming. He doesn't feel like he can contribute to these team fights, so he's just going to push the top lane. Wants the Battle Fury, but by the time he gets that, Link's probably going to have his
Link's maybe a bit too
Manta
strong with
style.
that anti-mage to, especially, I mean... I mean, I don't know, like, if they had the Void and the enemy team was all, like, maybe they had, like, they Podom instead, like, maybe this would be looking a little better for, like, it wouldn't be looking good for INFS, but, like, oh yeah, they have a disconnect here, but, I feel like still feel like they can come back with the Void late game, but, like, now it just feels like nothing, they can't get anything going, which is really disappointing.
The only jungler that I've seen INFS run, and this goes into, not being able to get anything going early game perhaps, is Mini loves to play that Chen, but he's been banned both games, and I believe it was DD that banned him both times. Or all 3 games, actually, sorry. And I guess they're not comfortable with any other junglers, or they just are confident in their strategy, but to me, it's the way that people are playing Dota 2 right now. If you let the opponent have a jungler, you really have to crush the other lanes. Or they're just gonna have the gold advantage, experience advantage, and then after that first 5 or 6 minutes, they have the pushing and team fight advantage too. It's not like, well, you're giving them the jungler, but you're crushing these lanes. I mean, Sandkin was level 4 when the